Welcome to the selfgrowth.com show. My name is David Ricklin, and I'm the founder of selfgrowth.com. Today, we'll be discussing how to make your face beautiful without surgery or expensive treatments. To help us understand this topic, I'm excited to interview Cynthia Rowland. Make sure to listen closely. We're going to be sharing a lot of information today. Before we get started, I want to take a couple minutes and share some information about Cynthia. Cynthia is the creator of the Facial Magic Facial Exercise System and founder and CEO of Regenuve, Inc. She's the author of 2 books, The Magic of Facial Exercise, all about natural beauty, and Facial Magic, Rediscover the Youthful Face You Thought You'd Lost Forever. And I want you to jot down her website because she has some things on her website for you to take a look at later. It's facialmagic.com. And it's just facialmagic.com. Cynthia, welcome to our show.
Thank you, David. I'm happy to be here with you.
All right. I'm excited. We have a lot of interesting things we're going to cover today. So we're going to jump right in. So I mentioned today's topic is how to make your face beautiful, younger looking, without surgery or expensive treatments. So just a general question to get started. And I know some of the answer, but I want to hear from you. Why do most people want their face to look healthier and younger and more beautiful? What's the benefit?
I think the most beneficial reason to have a younger looking face is that your confidence level is escalated. And a lot of the studies show that if you have a younger looking face, you are going to make more money, you're going to have a more prestigious position, and probably life will just treat you better because pretty people seem to have a lot of advantages.
Yeah, it's interesting. As we were talking about earlier, that's just how our society is right now. And not only more beautiful, but if you're younger looking, if you're more vibrant, if your skin is healthy, if you're healthier looking, all those things really impact. And what's interesting is you mentioned 2 things. It impacts how we feel about ourselves. So it can impact our confidence, and it also impacts how other people respond to us. And I find both of those things pretty important.
Right. I agree. And, as we begin to mature, we realize that. And so many women and men, too, look in the mirror and they think, oh, my goodness, as if I could just turn back the clock a little bit to help me look a little bit younger. Maybe I could get that position. Maybe I could make more money. And David, I'm here to tell you, Facial Magic is that program to help everyone turn back the clock and recapture that youthful face that you had.
I like it. All right. So you created a program designed to make your face, you mentioned, look more beautiful. It's called Facial Magic. And it's exercise. Well, I want you to get into it. So what exactly is Facial Magic and how does it work?
Facial Magic is an isometric exercise program. That means we teach you how to anchor the muscles in your face, then create a contraction. And when that contraction is created, it lifts not only the muscles, but the skin as well. And so it goes much deeper than just skin care. It goes much deeper than just injections and plastic surgery. It's an actual retraining of your muscles. And it only takes a few minutes a day to accomplish that.
All right, that's interesting. So, I've heard about the value of isometric exercises, not only for your face, but just for your whole body in general. So it makes sense that it would be effective because your face is really made up. There's muscles behind everything. People forget that, but everything in your face is about the muscles in it.
That is correct. That is correct. And David, look what I brought. I brought this anatomical head to show you how the muscles under the skin are constructed. So if you're just trying to change the shape and contour of your face and look 10 to 15 years younger with contortions or puckers or twists or funny faces, that's not going to work for you. We have to teach you how to anchor the muscle. Some of the muscles are inside the mouth, where we teach you how to anchor inside the mouth. But it's always about anchoring, creating a contraction, and letting everything lift.
All right. So the isometric exercise that you've developed, and it's interesting, this concept of you mentioning anchoring, and it really does make a difference of what you're doing and how you're doing and systematically over time. So can you give us an example of an exercise? that you
Yes,
do.
I'd be
Take us through an
delighted to.
example.
You do it with me, okay?
I will absolutely do it with you.
Do you happen to have a mirror handy?
Unfortunately, I don't have one very handy, but I can see I see what I look like. So I have
Okay,
the screen.
here's what I want you to look at. And for all of those who are watching us, judge the distance between your eyebrow and your eyelash. And we're actually going to lift your eyebrows because eyebrows drop with age and cause hooding in our eyes and lines and wrinkles. So place the 3 middle fingers
Okay.
of each hand underneath your eyebrows.
Okay.
Bring your hands down to the front of your face, David, and drop the palms of your hands to your face. Push your eyebrows straight up. Now anchor with your fingertips. Push them as high as they will go. Anchor with your fingertips. Now use your forehead muscle to push down into your fingertips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove your hands and take a breath. That's one rep. We do 35 seconds for each exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Try it one more time because I really want you to see your eyes change. Ready?
Okay.
Lips under the brows, drop the palms of your hands to your face. Push your eyebrows straight up as far as they will go. Anchor with your fingertips. Now use your forehead muscle, pushing down into your fingertips. Eyes open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Close your eyes. 8, 9, 10. Release. Take a big breath. Now that's how easy this exercise program is, David. There's one more I want to just teach you while we're here in front of the camera to do that, okay?
Okay.
So
Yep.
we teach you to lift your eyebrows.
Okay.
Let's talk about lifting and sculpting the jaw. Ready?
Okay.
Shoulders erect. Lift
Okay.
your chin. Lift your chin. Turn your face to the right. Look over your shoulder. Look at the ceiling behind you. Now jut out your jaw. Push it forward. Open your mouth. Push. Open your mouth. Now push that jaw forward. There, just like that. 1, keeping your mouth open a little bit. 2, keep pushing forward. 3, push. 4, 5, release. Take a breath. We're going to do one more of those, David, because we want you to have a sculpted.
Okay.
Men look boyish once they do this program. One more time, shoulders erect, lift your chin, turn your face to the right, look over your shoulder, look at the ceiling, jut out your jaw. We're going to 10. 1, 2, pushing that jaw forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Now look at yourself in the mirror. Look at this area here and see if it's any slimmer, because that's what we do. We slim the face by lifting the muscles.
What's interesting is I haven't done these exercises before. I can feel my muscles working. I can absolutely feel what you're doing.
I know.
And can you give us just a little bit of background? So you've come up with a wide series of exercises that you do over a period of time and length. How long did it take you to develop this system? Because obviously you put some effort into it and you had to do testing and figure out how long you've been working on identifying which of the exercises are working and how to do them and all the details about it.
Thankfully, I did not have to. This program was invented by a woman from France approximately 50 years ago, and maybe even longer, actually. I met her in 1989. She was 79 years old. And I immediately knew once I started visiting with her that this was something I wanted to pursue: sculpting, toning, tightening a face so that you looked years younger. I mean,
Right.
People were coming from as far as Beverly Hills into Denver, Colorado to meet this woman and work with her program. So I just stepped into it, David. I stayed with her 1 year. I learned from her. We hired estheticians to cover all the new clients that we had. So it was actually her teaching me how to use this program effectively. And that's when she let me have the company.
All right. And it's facial, just to reiterate for folks, I mentioned it earlier, but jot this down. I want you to go there when we're done. facialmagic.com. Because as I said, I can feel it immediately. So this changes, and there's this series of exercises. So I want to go in a couple of other directions. Is it true that men and women look literally 10 to 15 years younger in a matter of weeks from doing this?
Yes, it's true. Most people, and men and women, look years younger in just a matter of weeks. All right. It's because of our training. You start with this training, you only learn 2 exercises per week. So the first week you learn 2 exercises, the next week you add 2 more to it, third week you add 2 more for a total of 6. And for 9 weeks, I teach you how to execute these terrific exercises that will lift, tone, and tighten your face. Each exercise requires 35 seconds. So in a matter of just minutes, you're finished. When you're doing all 18 exercises, you can be finished with this program, depending on how long I talk. If I'm teaching you, it's somewhere between 22 minutes and 35 minutes. You're finished for the day. And it's just enough to make those little, small, hidden muscles come alive again. And once those muscles are awakened, then you see the benefits on your skin, because the muscles are attached directly to the skin. But once you start exercising, you're forcing oxygenated blood, not only to the muscle, but to the skin as well. So I say that women especially really enjoy this program because they can stimulate the production of collagen again in their face and neck. It begins to wane at the age of 25. So if you're 35 or 40 starting this program, you're going to see a vast difference. If you're 70 and starting this program, you're still going to see a difference.
So you started saying, so what's the science behind how this happens, this change from the exercises? What's some of the things going on?
Well, just like exercise is good for every part of your body,
Yep.
In the face, the face is very different because muscles are attached to bone only on one end, and that's usually into the hairline. And so the other muscle attaches into another muscle or even the skin. So what Marcella learned was that she had to employ these anchoring techniques, and we work inside the mouth wearing white cotton gloves so that you can anchor, hold that muscle, create the contraction, and lift it up and back into the mind. We talked a little bit about my age. I'm a certain age, right? My sons are in their 50s. Ha, ha, ha. And so that gives me great pleasure that I can look in the mirror and not have to worry about my appearance, because this program keeps you looking young. That's all I can say. I've been doing it for 30 years.
I like it. So obviously it's working for you. No question there. So the question people are going to have, facial exercises and specifically your facial magic, is it going to work for me? You know, is there an age? I know you mentioned some age. Is it too late at a certain point? Or are people too old? Who does this work for?
It works for anybody who has muscles in their face. That's the truth. Okay. And you're never really too old to exercise either your body or your face. Right. My oldest client that I knew of personally was in her 90s when she passed away. She came to me about 84 years old, and we started her on facial magic because her husband had recently passed and she wanted something fun to do for herself. And we began to work with her face. And I promise you, when we would go out for lunch, people would always stop and say, "Oh my goodness, you are so beautiful." Because here's this woman who looked radiant and alive at the age of 90 something.
That's crazy.
She wanted to wear lipstick, eyeliner, foundation. She had hair done. She loved what facial magic did for her.
All right. And you started talking about it a little earlier. Approximately how much time are you spending on a daily basis for this?
Each exercise requires 35 seconds. So when you first begin the program, you're only learning 2 exercises. So in a matter of 70 seconds, you are finished for the day.
Right.
And you do those 2 exercises 6 days in a row. You take 1 day of rest. Week 2, you add 2 new exercises. Again, it's 70 seconds of exercise. And you do those 4 exercises 6 days in a row, 1 day of rest. And you just do that program, adding to your routine. And at the end of 9 weeks, when I stop teaching you how to do all of this, you're only spending between 22 and 35 minutes a day on your face. Okay. And you can go to the gym in most places for 35 minutes. I mean,
Yep.
You just go in, you put your white gloves on, grab your DVD or however we're training you, because we're online now, we're on demand. So however we're going to train you, you have it at your fingertips on any internet enabled device.
All right. And one of the things we talk about, people always see they have this a lot of people have wrinkles. You get wrinkles.
Yes.
That's obviously a big sign of aging.
It
And everybody
happens.
wants to avoid wrinkles, and there's a lot of tools and people use to avoid wrinkles or to reduce wrinkles. How does sagging facial muscles cause wrinkles?
Okay, it drags the skin down. The skin begins to lose, well, first of all, the muscles begin to lose their shape and tone. Okay, let's say you're 40 years old. You find out that your eyes are beginning to get hooded. This muscle here is beginning to lengthen. Your nose tip is turning downward, and you're seeing lines and wrinkles developing in your face because of the sagging.
Right.
The sagging. So if we start lifting, let's say you have muscle or sagging around your mouth and the lower mouth or your jowls or your pouches. If we start here first, lifting these upper cheeks, lifting the forehead, this all lifts first, and that lifts from that compression of a wrinkle. Just like around the eyes, a lot of people get crow's feet. But if you lift those eyes and lift the sides of your face, those crow's feet cannot form.
Okay, that
And
makes
if
sense.
they are formed, the muscles are going to be plumped up underneath them so that you have really disguised the look of aging in your face.
All right. Another issue that I know a lot of people are concerned about, double chin is one. A lot of people are double chin, hooded eyes, sagging cheeks. Can you stop that? And does these exercises work?
Yes. Let's do one for the double chin. You ready?
Okay, I'm in.
Shoulders erect. Lift your chin. Look at the ceiling. Clench your back teeth together. Now push your tongue forward just below the bottom row of teeth. Keep your lips closed. Hold that contraction. 1, keep clenching. Keep pushing. 2, 3, 4, 5, release. Take a breath. You're going to feel this one too, okay? All right. So
I'm gonna actually feel. I know when I work out, when I like the gym lifting weights, you can feel the next day. So I can tell I'm using muscles in a way that I haven't used them in perhaps ever.
Exactly. Let's do it one more time since it feels so good, okay? So lift your chin, look at the ceiling, clench the back teeth together. Now press the tip of the tongue forward, clench and push, hold that contraction. We're going to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release.
Interesting. As I said, I feel it for sure.
I know. And that's the beauty of this program. You know instantly that you're doing something that is so beneficial for your face, and it has to make a difference for you.
Right.
And people, let's talk about your expected results, okay? Now, rule number 1, you're never going to look like you're 16 again, okay? Wouldn't that be something? Oh, so fabulous. Everybody would be doing this program. But here's the deal. If you want to maintain your youthful beauty, you want to look years younger than you have, just follow the directions that we give for you, and you will be so pleased that really everybody will notice. Everybody will notice. All you have to do is do the program. David, you would not believe that testimonials I get from women who said, oh, I saw my friend across the way at a party, and I thought sure she had had a facelift. And I got up close and she says, no, it's facial magic. It's not a facelift. So if you just do this program, you can avoid a lot of hassle with surgery and injections, because those things can be very dangerous long-term to your health. And the worst thing about it is somebody may not recognize you. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to you. I used to live in Los Angeles, see somebody who had had a lot of face work done. I go, is that her? I could not quite figure it out. But now with this program, you look just like yourself again, only years younger, with a fresh appearance.
All right, I like it. I'm a huge fan of always doing something naturally when you can, because you don't have to worry about the side effects, the expense of it, the risk associated with it. So for me, anytime you can do something naturally, and there's huge value, and there's huge value in looking younger and being healthier, because it impacts.
It changes everything. It changes. And remember, David, this program is proven and it's easy and you're going to get results quickly. So what more could I possibly offer you than that? Oh, yes, I do have something I can offer your viewers. And that is if you come to my website and you sign up for Facial Magic, if you use self-growth in the comment area or the coupon area, we'll give you an extra 4 weeks of training online, which is a $25 value.
Okay.
And I love to train faces. That is my passion because every time I look at a face, even if it's old and wrinkled, I know that we can make changes. So when you come to our site, make sure you read the testimonials, make sure you look at the before and after photos and read the descriptions of all the programs that we offer because you will find the program that works best for you.
All right, sounds good. So it's facialmagic.com. And it's a lot of good information, a lot of energy. I love your energy and obviously the impact it's had. Any final words for our audience today before we finish up?
Well, you just don't have to look your age. That's the number one thing because, David, I'm going to tell you, I just turned 71 last week.
Great. Happy birthday. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel pretty good about that.
As you should.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. Facial Magic. Check it out, facialmagic.com. And I want to thank you once again for joining us and sharing today.
Keep up your exercises, David.
Thanks, we'll do. And I'd like to thank everybody for listening. And I want to wish everybody great success in all areas of their life. We'll talk to everybody soon.
Bye.